Hey, it's Andrew Huang. I got an idea for a track that I want to make today using my kalimba. After doing the last Weird Gear episode with the Sansula, I remembered that I have this and that I've had it for years and never made a track with it. So we're going to do that today. I'm also going to use this just packaging sound. So I was just having a little ASMR moment with this yesterday and going to put it in the song. Cool. I think I'm also gonna get a metal bowl with water in it later to make like a good pyoink sound. That's all I've thought of so far. Before we get into it though, I got a little studio update. I got automated blinds installed. They're really cool, they make me happy. It's so dark in here now though, what are we gonna do? I guess we'll have to open these blinds up automatic. So I was messing around on the kalimba yesterday and I came up with this little motif. So I'm gonna work something around that, but I think I actually wanna start this piece on the piano. Okay, piano beds are down, now let's add the kalimba. And now, Asmer. As I was recording this, I also noticed some leaves falling outside, so let's add those in as well, because the seasons and nature and time and change, we have to cherish all of these things. Look at this snow. Just awful. Do any of you want to be in an Andrew Huang video? I was catching the little leaf pieces in this bowl that I'm going to use for the water as well, but I think I want to use the sound of the leaves in the bowl. Whoops. One of the best sounds is actually from when I accidentally hit the mic. Now be free! Oh yeah. These are some good pyoinks. So I've just taken a little snippet from the middle of one of these pyoinks. I edited off the very beginning because I didn't want that rolling pin impact quite so loud, and then I also wanted it to decay a lot faster, so I've just faded it out after like half a second. That's gonna be a little snare drum for us. I've also got a bunch of our leaf bowl percussion in there doing this. The kalimba has a really nice sound when you pitch it up an octave. It's just wavery and cute and like fragile, like a cartoon character with a quivering lip. Making great progress. I think the next step is to add some drum sounds. All right, I'd say this track is about 85% done, so I'm gonna take a little break. Question, were you curious about what was in this box? It's modules. Of course it's modules. Thank you to 1010 Music for sending these over. I met Aaron Higgins from 1010 at Ableton Loop this year. We just chatted for a couple minutes, but he knew that I was interested in Eurorack and so I'm gonna have to learn how to use these now, but I actually have a trick that not a lot of musicians use to learn new gear really quickly. There's actually an acronym for it. It's RTFM, which stands for Read the Fun Manual. Okay, wow, it's been over a month with these modules. So let me show you how I made this beat, and I'll highlight a few of my favorite things about these modules, but really there's so much they're capable of. I won't be able to cover everything that they can do in this video. Let me just mention the giveaway that I'm running. I promise it's the last time we'll talk about it. It's only going for a couple more days. There's lots of amazing stuff up for grabs. It's very easy and free to enter, and it's open worldwide. Since we've been doing some modular stuff, let me highlight Patch and Tweak. This is an amazing book about modular synthesis, and actually, There's a little interview with me in it, and a lot of other synth nerds are in it, like Richard Devine, Hans Zimmer, Suzanne Shani. Pigments is in the giveaway. Thank you so much to Arteria. They're also contributing a Drum Brute Impact. And Native Instruments is sponsoring 4 different MIDI controllers, and each of them will come with complete 12 select. So that's an amazing bundle of sounds and software instruments with fantastic controllers. The link to enter is in the description, and follow me on Instagram at AndrewIsMusic, where I'll be announcing the winners very, very soon. Back to these modules. So I just have one sample loaded up into Bitbox. It's the classic Amen breakbeat. I've got it chopped into slices here, and as it's playing, I've got pressure from this pad on TetraPad changing which slice is active. So I can't just let it run, but anytime I apply pressure to this pad, it's gonna jump and skip around and basically instantly create a drum fill. So my idea with this patch was to be able to have this hands-on controllable loop mangling thing. I can instantly create these fills, and then I'm also turning on and off all these different effects. There's an audio damage frequency shifter. There's freeze from 2HP. And there's the 4MS dual looping delay, which I'm using for stutters and reverses. And of course, I can use all of these in combination. I'm also using this Roland bit raiser for bit crushing, but what I discovered was that that wasn't an effect that I wanted to kind of move in and out. Instead, I found I just really liked the sound of it on. The bit reduction ends up completely silencing the ride cymbals, and you just get a tighter beat that's also a little bit crunchy. So all of this is getting compressed through IntelliGel's Jelly Squasher, and then I added in a couple other layers of simple percussion in Ableton. I played those keys in using a sound I designed in Arteria's new Pigments plugin. And then actually in my last video, I talked about how I did the bass, so check that out if you're interested in the bass line. But those are basically the elements that make up this track. Toolbox is like a super sequencer. In this patch, I was using it in the most basic way, just sending different clock outputs so that all my effects and my loops could be in sync. I should just get these cables out of the way. So you get 3 LFOs, a CV sequence that you can do whatever you want with, 4 trigger sequences here, and then my favorite thing is you get 4 piano roll sequences. So this is a touch screen, it's really easy to enter and remove notes. I really like that 1010 have brought a piano roll to Eurorack, because sometimes a piano roll is still just the easiest way to output a melody or a bass line or a chord progression if you have something exact in mind. And Bitbox is a sampler. It gives you 16 slots for samples that you can either record or you can load with an SD card. In my piece, I was only using the 1 Amen loop, and you can see I have it here all sliced into different quarter notes. Bitbox lets you slice loops manually or automatically. You can scroll around here and split or join segments, or use scan and it'll detect transients and put markers there. Now, something completely amazing and generous that 1010 have done is allow you to change the firmware on Bitbox using this micro SD card. It's really easy to just boot up in a different firmware, and that will turn it into 3 completely different modules. So I've been using the sampler, but you can also get a polyphonic wavetable synthesizer out of it. They call that Synthbox. Or there's a firmware that transforms it into an effects processor. So that's 16 different real-time effects. It's called EffectsBox, and that is also a free downloadable firmware that they provide. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. And by the way, the track I made at the beginning of this video over a month ago is now on my new album, TV and Video Games. That's available on all the usual platforms. I'll link to that in the description as well. See you next time.